Question everything, for the truth shall not be televised, and that's for sure. So with that, we know when it comes to us, everything is always a hush-hush situation when it comes to our circumstances and our reality. Nobody want to talk about it. Nobody want to help it. Nobody want to put out what's really going on when it comes to the Aboriginal Niggros of America. But as you can see, more and more and more information is coming out about us being true Aboriginals of America. This is just that reality. You're seeing more and more depictions of us being Indians. That's just what it is. But see, this is why they had to stop you from reading for 200 years. You just can't implement a whole new reality on the people without changing the course of history systematically. And that's where we at. He that controls the economic power controls your political outlook on who you are, what you're about, where you come from, and where you're going. That's just what it is. So as you continue to tap into this research, you're going to see that a lot of the books, ledgers, decrees, and so on that was founded in the beginning of coming into America before they took over America starts with our people being here in America. See, we always talking about what they gave us. Remember, they gave us Africa to throw us off from America. And in that, we was told they whitewashed Africa. But think about it. If America is their stronghold, wouldn't they totally whitewash America and all of its information and all of its structures and all of its reality, all the places, all the things, all the people? Wouldn't they totally whitewash it if this is their stronghold? It would make sense, right? This is just that reality. And in turn, give you a trick bag, which is Africa. And this is what we find in more and more as we continue to peel away the layers of lies that we've been programmed under for so long, for so many years. Remember, the brain was almost totally wiped clean when it comes to our identity, our culture, and our heritage, based off of what? Being forced to not be able to read, not be able to congregate, not be able to come together, not be able to homeschool ourselves or talk about our heritage from whatsoever. That would get you lynched in the United States as an Aboriginal Negro of America. It's just that reality. They made laws so that way we couldn't be our own selves. Remember, we couldn't even look white folks in the eye. That was called eyeballing, and that can get you dealt with. So you can understand the severity of what our forefathers had to live through and our ancestors had to live through when it comes to this reality of dealing with the colonizers that invaded them. It was horrific. It was unimaginable. Things that we see on horror channels today is what our forefathers had to live through. This is just that truth. And the more we own these realities through investigative research for ourselves into what was really going on other than what was told to us by the colonizers who took the land on what was going on, we started to find that everything is opposite of what they said. Remember, we was told the language that we speak is a forked tongue language. In other words, you're learning over here while they're using over here. See how that works? You're learning over here what they want you to know while they're using over here on what they know to be the truth. And when you lap it over, it's always against you. That's just the reality of it. So stay diligent, stay focused, continue to study, and continue to always ask questions no matter what. Because if you don't, then you'll find yourself tricked, trapped, and under a belief that may not be true from nowhere. And for all those that follow, that hit that heart button, definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate your time. I definitely appreciate your videos that you send me. Actually looking at a lot of those. It also breeds a lot of ideas and a lot of thoughts, so I definitely appreciate all that. At this time in my life, working on some things myself, family-wise, with my family as well as friends. And I'm not pushing as many videos that I would normally push out, and I apologize for that. You know, winter is my low end state. I don't really thrive so much in a sense of what it means to be involved in winter. I'm not a cold type of person. I'm a hot climate person. So with that, I sort of shelter myself a little bit more and try to balance my energy from highs to lows when I'm dealing with the winter. And just want to say thank y'all for taking part in watching the videos and taking part in sharing. Because the more we share and the more we talk amongst each other, the more we can weed out the lies and the confusion of what's going on with our nation to rebuild our nation. Everything starts with us. Yes, we had the Malcolms, the Martins, and many other different brothers and sisters, Dr. Francis Quest Wilson, and many, Dr. Lydia Africa, Dr. Sebi. We had so many different beautiful brothers and sisters that our elders came out and fought the buck for us. We got some, many that's alive, like Dr. Claude Anderson, who deal with, economics and our plight in that area. So it's a lot of brothers and sisters that's doing diligent work on our behalf. But it also is up to us to be able to do the work ourselves, so that way they don't get isolated to just those individuals, because we know how the system works and COINTELPRO work when it comes to dealing with our people. We all gotta put our minds into this and put our energy into this in order to liberate our people. We're fighting a system that smiles in our face and then all in our back, if you know what I mean. So with that stated, we gotta continue to keep our head on a swivel, continue to know that we're not free, know that Emancipation and Proclamation did not do us any justice, know that when it comes to justice, they're dragging their feet in quicksand in order to help our people. Know that we the most hated in America, and understand why we the most hated. It's because the people that actually did the crimes against humanity, against our people, they never been brought to justice. They never paid in any avenue of reparative justice for the wrongs that they committed. All they did was pass our suffering down and our oppression down to their inheritors, who maintain what their forefathers have done to our nation of people. And that's just the raw reality and truth of the facts of what's going on here. And this is why we are in the ghetto, slums, and hoods. Not because we put ourselves there, but because this system of the United States has set it up through white militias, KKK, hatred, and many other different things, lack of resources and lack of political expression when it comes to our own reality and strength of who we are, lack of economics, lack of education when it comes to dealing with our hands and being able to farm and being able to do different carpenter works and different things to build our nation up. All these things is in the lacking because we under the oppressors' children who still maintain our suffering. And that's just the truth. We've been taught to hate ourselves through systematic tricks, through people that look like us being utilized as tools against our own nation for that bag, willing to turn a blind eye and turn against their own people for wealth, to keep our people in a sorry set state of being, of self-destruction, in that death culture that I tell y'all about. So be aware of these things, because these things are a truth that we are all existing in as Aboriginal Niggros of America. And the more we continue to combat it together, the more we can come out of it together and strive for liberation and reparations and land and a government of our own.